Alright, so I'm going to read you guys some Reddit stories, get your opinion on them.
Yes, sir.
What kind of sub-story should we listen to?
What theme do you guys want? Do you want cheating stories? Do you want
I
stories
said, am I the
about...
asshole?
Go classic asshole.
Am I the
Am I
asshole?
the asshole? Because some of those can get fucking hilarious.
Okay. Am I the asshole for asking parents to take their baby out of the pool? My husband and I were staying at a beautiful resort in the Canary Islands last week. The hotel had 3 outdoor pools.
Yes.
One was marked for swimmers, another was for non-swimmers, and the last was a shallower kids pool with small slides. These were not heated, but with the warm weather, they were cool but not freezing. There was also a spa with an indoor heated pool, jacuzzi, sauna, and steam room. The spa was open 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., with 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. being adults only. In our first day, I braved the outdoors pool, which even for a wimp like me wasn't unbearable, but with the option of the indoor pool, I quickly opted to switch to that one. There were lots of kids jumping and playing in the pool, lots of babies, so I opted to return at 4 p.m. so I could swim without worrying about taking care around small children.
Mm-hmm.
I did this every day and it worked well. 4 days later, however, after about 20 minutes, a family with 3 kids under about 5 years old came into the pool area of the spa. A few adults were murmuring and I thought they probably don't know, so politely I told them and pointed the sign on the door. They were nice about it and said they'd come back tomorrow. Then, however, 2 more couples with babies, 1 to 2 years old, came in, so of course everyone was looking at me as the age limit enforcer. I did the same thing and politely told them as before. However, the dad said, "Does it really bother you that much?" I said, "Not loads, but it's adults only time, and the adults are in the pool, prefer to come now with a swim." And then it's only the pool that's heated. The babies have been napping, so we've come now, is what he says. I said, "I understand, but it's just a 2-hour adults only time. The rest of the day is for kids." He ignored me and then they got in. Of course, meaning 3 or 4 more young children ended up there over the next half hour or so. I spoke to lifeguard and he said he'd already told them, but they ignored him. However, someone else must have spoken to him as soon as he went and got a man in a suit who, after he had discussion, got the parents to take their babies out. So am I the asshole?
No.
No, if there's an age limit at a certain time, then, or even if an age limit at the pool, you're not an asshole.
Especially if you're trying to argue already. Like,
Yeah, no.
no. That's a really small hole.
Okay, this one's a long one. Am I the asshole for replacing everything my wife loses when she organizes against my will? My wife and I each have private rooms in our house. Nothing weird, no locks on the doors. They are just our private areas. We also have areas of responsibility. She has the kitchen and I have the garage. That means when I use the kitchen to cook and when I clean up, I return it to the order that she has determined it best.
Mm-hmm.
When she uses the garage for some project, alley tools to put back where they belong, and she cleans up after herself. The problem is that she's a neat freak. She
Yeah.
cannot stand clutter. I, on the other hand, have no problem putting my purchases in my room to deal with later. Whether it's toys or computer parts, I will leave them on the corner until I get to them. My personal mess does not pass the threshold of my door. My wife sees this as a personal insult, so she will go into my area and organize. And then she will forget where she put my stuff.
Bro.
So I've started replacing whatever it is she loses. For example, I like to wear black Carhartt coveralls when I'm working in my garage or riding my motorcycle. So if I spot some on sale, I will buy them and put them in the closet until I wear out the ones I'm currently using. She decided that coveralls don't belong folded in the closet. I finally wore the ass out of the ones I was using. I went into my closet and the spare set was missing. I asked her where they went and she couldn't remember. She looked through all the closets and laundry room, and she couldn't find them. So I went and bought new ones out of our fund budget. Now she's upset because she eventually found the other pair in with all the Christmas gifts. She buys Christmas gifts all year long whenever she finds a good sale on something. She thinks I could have been more patient. I think she should stay out of my room, or at the very least not take things out of my room without making a note of where she moved them. So you think the person's an a-hole or not?
The wife is an asshole for going in the room.
I don't think the guy's an asshole. I don't think the girl's an asshole. I just think they need better communication.
Don't go organize with somebody else's shit. Especially if you know that's how they function. Because I function better in clutter, but at the same time I hate that it's clutter.
Yeah.
It's my ADHD. But if somebody was to go in and fuck with my clutter because I know exactly where everything is in said clutter,
Yeah.
I'm gonna forget where it is and it's gonna be lost. Until it's found, and then I'll be like, finally. Or
Right.
I'll replace it and then find it like 2 months later and I'll be like, well shit.
So do you want me to do 2 more stories and then we wrap up this video?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Because I'm just trying to figure out the limit of which ones I read.
We're on the 16th, you know.
Okay. This is the second to last one. Am I that asshole for refusing to apologize to my friend after her wedding?
What is it about? I'm sorry.
Okay. Am I the asshole for refusing to apologize to my friend after her wedding?
Ooh.
I, 24 female, was recently bridesmaid my friend Alex, 25's wedding. She and her now husband are close friends to my boyfriend, 24 male, and I. They got married on Valentine's Day a week ago. Alex asked me to be a bridesmaid several months ago. I told her when she was planning the wedding that I'd be willing to help her coordinate whatever she needed help with. Anyway, months go by and we continue hanging out. I drive her to find a dress. We do. I offer to look into a sound system or catering or whatever. She tells me they decided on XYZ, and that's that. I tell her, let me know if she wants a bachelorette party, and she doesn't say anything beyond maybe. As the wedding comes closer, Alex tells me what clothes we need to buy, and I get my dress with her approval. She asks me to write a speech. I agree. They got married on my aunt's property, so my aunt and cousin handled a lot of the planning. One of her other bridesmaids didn't even show up. I wasn't asked to plan anything, and while I initially offered to cover whatever she needed, there was never any follow-up or a text in person. I assumed Alex wanted my aunt to take care of it, and since I was in grad school and working, I was pretty busy anyway. A few days after my wedding, she sends me a long text about how my behavior was inconsiderate because I made her, the bride, plan the whole wedding and let my aunt handle some of the small details. Again, it's her house. At no point had Alex ever said anything to me, not in months before the wedding or weeks or even the day of. I guess I technically offered to coordinate her wedding, and if you need me to, I will, kind of way. But I never got anything from her about what she needed me to plan, or her budget. Alex thinks I was inconsiderate and disinterested. I apologize for the miscommunication, but she's still upset with me, and my boyfriend thinks I should apologize to her again, in person. I don't think I should have to since she never communicated with me and is now upset over the fact. And I already apologized. So, the wedding went smoothly, she added. So, is she the asshole for not planning things, I guess?
For not planning a bachelorette party?
Yeah, not planning the bachelorette party, even
Was
though...
she like the
Is she
bridesmaid?
bride or bridesmaid?
Bridesmaid.
The
Bridesmaid.
bridesmaid definitely needs to be planning the bachelorette party.
Yeah, but I don't think you're an asshole for not doing it. I just think
The bride didn't communicate, though. That's
That is
also a
true.
key thing in this story.
If the bride's not communicating, then yeah, but you still...
you still gotta at least try something.
I mean, so, no, not really, but at the same time...
Again, I don't think no one's an asshole. It's just communication. That's what all these stories fucking need. Communication, man.
I think I got I think the final one that I'll read to you is going to be a gem, just by the title. Am I the asshole for getting a woman fired over Veggie Tales?
Oh my god.
I read this title and I'm like, this has got to be gold. My wife and I unfortunately have our son in daycare. It's unavoidable. A few months ago, I picked him up, and when I asked him about his day, he told me about a show they watched with cartoon vegetables. When I dropped him off the next day, I asked the teacher if they watched Veggie Tales. She said they didn't show the kids anything inappropriate. I asked, but did they watch Veggie Tales? She refused to give me a straight answer. I said, I don't want him to watch Veggie Tales. She said he wasn't going to be allowed to watch anything inappropriate. That day, when I got home, I asked, did you watch Veggie Tales? He did. I emailed the administration. They assured me no Veggie Tales. It is not an approved media to show the kids. It is never and will never be shown. The next week, I asked, did you watch Veggie Tales? Yet, I reached out again and am told maybe my son is confused, right? So I wait a week, ask my boss if I can leave early, walk past the receptionist and into the main room, and boom, there it is, Veggie Tales. I took a picture. I was given a warning for bargaining, but the administration promised that the Veggie Tales thing would be resolved. The teacher had to take all the tapes home, and she would not be able to bring in the tapes ever again. Next week, did you watch Veggie Tales? No, Dad. Great. Following week, did you watch Veggie Tales? Yep. So I emailed again. At this point, I started getting other people involved. The Anti-Veggie Tales Coalition. Even some of the Christian parents were annoyed. One woman watches it at home with her daughter and said she didn't want it watched at daycare because if her daughter has questions she wants to be asked, not the teacher. Great, join the Anti-Veggie Tales Coalition because she doesn't want to answer these questions, I guess. The resolution was that the teacher got fired. Now there's a backlash against me. People feel bad. They feel guilty. It's all my fault. I pressured them into making a big deal. They're just animated vegetables. Even my wife said I pulled a me and went on a warpath. Am I an asshole, or should she have just left her animated vegetables at home?
I mean,
It's all over veg.
Oh, so
Yeah, it's pretty tame media. At least in my opinion, it's tame. From what I watched when I was a kid.
let's say, I remember watching Veggie Tales growing up. There was nothing inappropriate about it, but there was some. They did a lot of Christian-based stories.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they were definitely Christian based.
So I can understand leaving religion out of like school because
Yeah.
it should be. School should just be a place to learn. So I mean, getting the teacher fired,
That was a little
that was
excessive, but
the teacher should have also listened to the rules too. But did the school board actually enforce it? Is the question.
right, a good follow up. Hey, did that get solved? And see what they say.
Yeah.
That'd probably be an interesting response.
Right.
So yeah, I think the question is who's the asshole out of the deal? Is there, or is it one of those deals where they're both the asshole, or what's going on?
I mean,
I would say yeah.
yeah,
Both kind of asshole
yeah.
asshole of traits.
Yeah.
Damn. Go back. Yeah. Still don't have a technical ending for this. We just
No,
say whatever the fuck we say. This was
Jay.
over in the corner. Main man, Eddie, the editor, Eduardo.
Hello.
And this was the small town bud. Is that small town? It is.